Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 19 carries, 64 yards.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
Ryan's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Uncorks one for Davis. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there for Minnesota.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Ryan. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Van Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Jackson now to return. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So a glance here at the key inactives. There's other reasons, but this list, one of the reasons they've been struggling some this year.
And one that they won't make excuses with, but everyone knows that this is the key reason. Without these players, it's made it very difficult for them this season. They've battled, they've scrapped, but without those guys, hard to win games.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Well, these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd and 6. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it with Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Well, this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Roethlisberger will throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Chandler Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And they have secured that spot in the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round 1.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get hung up on the fact that only one team now gets a bye in the first round. Win your division, get to the playoffs, celebrate that, and by the way, they are guaranteed a home game. That's a good way to start the playoffs. Brian, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he gets it up past the 35.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's brought in by Harris.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 8. Play action. It's Ryan. He finds his target. It's Schultz. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door. He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Roethlisberger. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset. That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
They go play action now. Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 56 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run with Harris. A gain of 3, 2nd down. These two teams, you may remember, they met in Minnesota earlier in the year with the Vikings coming out victorious. So a victory here in Lambeau would give them a sweep of the season series. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Play action, Ryan. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Dalton Schultz with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Jackson now to return. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Chandler Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Now good hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because and he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. So we've come upon half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Jackson now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And this will be a Packers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here is Eckler. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
On second down now, it's Davis, and he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And Graham's got it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Davis. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. In the backfield, standing alone here on second and goal is Davis. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
Well, let's see where they turn on third and goal from the 5. And he's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. They run for it with Carson, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point try good by Gano, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Oh, what a move. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 77 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. They go play action with Ryan. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Najee Harris with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jackson now to return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They started on the ground with Eckler, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Chandler Jones in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now a give right side. Harris. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 116 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They go play action with Roethlisberger. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Deep ball for Goodwin. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. We look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do that
touchdown! Van Jefferson, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jackson now to return. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Najee Harris with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jackson now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Chandler Jones, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on Shaq Mason, the guard. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, that Gets into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So that's going to push him back half the distance. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go, D. Jack 16.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Najee Harris, a 23-yard run. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Jackson now to return.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means
that's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game, like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger. A pass underneath for Carson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Goodwin. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? One last shot for Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's 1